The cross-examination of the head of the Public Protector's Office in the Free State continues at the Public Protector Impeachment Inquiry. Advocate Dali Mpofu has described Sphelo Samuel's evidence as being biased and unfair. Athi Mtongana is standing by to tell us why. Athi?
Well, Advocate Dali Mpofu has dismissed all the claims that Mr. Sphelo Samuel has been making before the Section 194 committee. He went as far as to label him a disgruntled employee, similarly to the way he described the previous witness, Mr. Athi Mtongana, who was a previous or a former senior investigator in the Office of the Public Protector. He says that they will submit before the committee that their evidence and their testimony is baseless. He went as far as to say that if Mr. Samuel claims that Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane gave them directives not to implicate politicians like Ace Magashule and Mosebenzi Zwane, you might have heard their names being punted around during these hearings. He says that if there are no recordings to this effect, then those allegations are baseless. So I'd like us to listen to some of the exchanges that took place early this morning.
I'm going to demonstrate that your testimony is worth zero and it should not be taken into account by this committee for the reasons that we've already given, but also because it is tainted by bias. And part of that bias is this unfair comparison that you make. I think one of the members also mentioned this, between Advocate Madonsela and Advocate Mkhwebane, which has no basis. In fact, it's just a sentiment that you have, you and others in our society. So you don't, I know you probably don't agree, but you understand what I'm saying.
I certainly understand what you're saying, but yes, okay. You're correct. I don't agree.
Sure. Fair enough.
You would have also heard, Dudu, from Advocate Dali Mpofu making mention of the former Public Protector Advocate Madonsela. He went as far as to question Mr. Samuel on the Fred Dairy Farm investigation and what had been done since she left office. He mentioned the period of 2014 and 2016 when she left office, asking him what was actually done by the office and whether he actually views that period sufficient to have actually worked on the reports, because what we know from Mr. Samuel is that Advocate Madonsela had asked them to revisit the investigations and look at how politicians would have been implicated or would have been involved in the Fred Dairy Farm saga. And so I'd like us to listen to an exchange that took place with Advocate Mpofu and the witness, where he says he went as far as to reach out to the HOD to try and get hold of Mr. Ace Magashule.
On one such occasion, I sent a letter to one of the HODs. I think it was the late Mr. Nsibi of the Police Roads and Transport, was the HOD there. And the response came from the Premier's office, where he sort of admonished me in contacting his, what he called his HODs. He said the HODs in the Free State reports directly to him, and any communication to them must come to him and not to the HODs. So knowing that, yes, all right.
No, carry on, Mr. Samuel.
No, so I'm saying the Free Dairy project was the brainchild of the Premier and was to be executed by the MEC in that department.
Athi Mtongana, thank you for that update. We'll hear more from you a little bit later on in the program.